All right, everybody, we are here today for the Conspiritor Collective show. And again, I'm Carl Gladstone. It's great to be with you. I'm here today with Moselle Jules, and we want to introduce her as an up-and-coming artist connected with United Methodist Church, particularly over on the East Coast. Moselle, thanks for being with us.
No problem.
Can you tell us a little bit about your recent experience over at Ignite and what led up to you doing some art at that conference in your life? What were you part of choirs as a kid? How did you become a singer and an artist that brought you to that moment?
Well, I enjoy singing. Like, I liked it since I was a little kid, and then I did choir in elementary school, middle school. I stopped doing it in high school, and then that's when I started learning how to play instruments. And then I'm currently in my praise band, and today is the first rehearsal of our new youth choir, and I'm doing that also.
Nice. What was youth choir? What was choir like in the early days? Was that like kids choir, cherub choir type thing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was, yeah, it was. We sang Christmas songs all the time. That's about it.
Did you do those like cantatas at church?
Yeah, I did that when I was in elementary school, at my old church, and I was the youngest person, and everyone was above 50, so it was pretty interesting.
Oh, wow. So you got all the kids' roles, I bet.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I really did.
So tell us a little bit about this new youth choir, youth and praise band, the stuff you're doing right now. What's that like?
The praise band's really fun. I started doing it last Christmas because they wanted to get the youth involved, and I don't know, I just really enjoy it, and I'm happy to be on that team.
Cool. So recently you were at the Ignite conference. That's in New Jersey, right?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what you did there and your moments kind of performing, and how'd that feel?
Ignite was really fun. I enjoy Ignite a lot. And they have this coffee house, and it's like a little talent show. And I did it last year, and I got a chance to do it this year, and I sang Counting Stars. But I know it's like we're like a little family, like, and like we all encourage each other, and it was just so fun.
Nice. Who are the other folks that you were doing music with?
Well, I sang by myself, and then another girl from my church also sang and played the guitar. And then, like, because a whole bunch of different churches from our Greater New Jersey Conference come to Ignite. So there was a guy from Nyack that came, and he sang at the coffee house. Like, it was really cool.
Nice. So you've got folks coming out of your church, a number of artists, it sounds like. What does it take for a church to be encouraging of young people as artists, as part of their Christian faith?
Probably to like expose them to music, or just like push them to try new things. Cause ever since I joined Haddonfield, like they kept on like pushing me to do the praise band, and I was like, no. and then they finally like actually got me to do it for Christmas, and then I was like, oh, it's not that bad. So I think just like inviting the youth or like younger people to do it.
Constant invitation.
Yeah.
What is it about doing music that you feel is a valuable way to reflect on your faith, or to be fed, or why do we sing about our Christian faith? How does that help for you?
Like I think it's different for me because I could sit down and listen to a sermon and like hear the word of God, and like it can touch my heart, but I feel like singing or like listening to like music is like a better way for me. Because like if I'm stressed, I listen to music. Like if I'm happy, I listen to music. If I'm sad, I listen to music. So like music's just like my go-to for everything. And I feel like that's just an easier way for me to express.
Yeah. Taps into something other than just maybe brain kind of academics, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Another way that we tend to kind of then live that out is maybe through service work, or, that kind of thing. But it feels a little bit like artistic reflection is a third way to engage with our faith in the Christian narrative. It sounds like that's part of
Yeah.
what you're tapping into. So we were talking a little bit about how doing art is a way to kind of engage the Christian narrative a little bit in a way that some other practices of the church don't quite fulfill. Who are
Yeah.
the artists for you that really do that well? The folks that you keep on a loop, on your MP3 player.
Ah, as of right now, I'd probably say Hillsong. Um, I always forget her name. Like, I think it's like Lauren Diangle. Uh,
We can look
I
it
don't know
up
how to
for the
say
show
it.
notes, but it's somebody that you've been listening to a lot. Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I would say I listen to both of them a lot.
What do you think it is about their work that when you watch it or you hear it, that you're experiencing something different than when you listen to something else in the world?
Um, I think I think it's the words and like I don't know. I just love music so much. So like if you put music on, I'll listen to it. Um, yeah, I'd probably say the words and like how it all goes together.
Yeah, kind of an overall production thing. I know that Hillsong has
Yeah.
a new documentary out. Is that right? It's playing in theaters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they do.
Have you seen it?
No, but I want to, and I think my youth group might go see it together.
You got to figure that if you're a band and you can do the production and well enough that people would want to go watch a movie of you doing your music, that's got to say something
Yeah.
about the quality of your craft. Who are some folks that, and if sometimes this is tougher to answer, but are there some artists that don't necessarily come out of the Christian background that you still look to in terms of being a good artist in the world, in terms of that like quality of the craft thing? The reason we ask, let me preface this, is that sometimes folks who are doing kind of air quote Christian music can rely upon they can rely upon the church to support them regardless of whether they're very good or not. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's always
Yeah.
good, I think, to ask folks who are doing music that engages with their faith, who are those other influences that if you were to take kind of the quality of the music that they do and the quality of the words and the message that you spoke of that we know from the church and put them together, that we'd have something even better than before. Are there some other folks that don't come out of the Christian church music world that you look up to?
Um. Hmm. Ah.
There's a lot of Hillsong
uh,
being played over there. That's great.
Probably. I'm so bad with artist names, but sh- I'm pretty sure her name's Andre Day.
Okay.
She sings "Rise Up." She sings like a couple other songs that I like. I just love her voice.
Yeah.
Um, I liked I like the old Demi Lovato.
Okay.
Um, I'm a big Beyonce fan.
Hey, she's like a
Um,
tithing Methodist, right? So let's hear it. Let's hear it for
uh,
Beyonce.
there's this one song that like it's usually always on repeat, and it's I don't know how to pronounce her name, but it's called Younger, and there's like an acoustic version, and then there's like a remix and like with more beat and whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and I really like the words and like how like I said about like Hillsong and like I like how it's all put together, and I just really like the words and like the message of the song.
Yeah. So there are some what we might call secular songs that have theological impact for you still.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's great. I think that one of the best things that artists can offer is we're not just people that help produce music or paintings or photos, but I think that artists are also the people in the church who can help the church interpret the stuff that comes from the rest of the world, right? Let's look here to see an important message about this or that. And now we can ask some good, theological questions when we listen to that song in our Sunday school class or whatever it is, right? Our Starbucks sermon talkback. And here's a song from the rest of the world that connects with that theme today. Do you find that you serve as kind of a artistic chaplain to your friends?
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
I like I tend to so every year my youth group, we go to Midwinter Advance, and there's a talent show, and normally me and Samantha Lund from my church, we tend to put the music together for our youth group, and I'm usually in charge of hey, we're singing this song, you're doing that and this, and then it's all gonna go together. And last year was my first time doing it by myself, but it went really, really good. And I'm I'm the music leader of my youth group, that I would say.
Yeah. It's a particular way that you can gather people together and keep exploring the faith, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Moselle, you were also you submitted some thoughts through your church. I think it looked like your youth group sat down and did some submissions for the Young People's Address.
Yeah.
Remember doing that? And we
Yeah.
came across that video. How is it that you think that young people can continue to kind of address the church as we move forward, both maybe through your art and through other means? Are there important messages that you want the church to hear from young people if they're listening to a song that you sing or something that you write or some words that you speak?
I'm not really sure, but I feel like the church should understand that young people a lot of us tend not to listen, and maybe saying it louder or saying it with prettier words might actually get us to listen. And even if we don't, even if you reach out to us and we don't try to grab on, keep on reaching out, because eventually we'll get there.
Yeah. So in creating artistic responses to the church, we might give people this kind of this package that is engaging in and of itself, right? They might just listen to it because it's good music or whatever, but that also allows that message to be shared for folks that might not listen otherwise. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Do you think that there are certain musical genres that speak across generations better?
I don't think so.
It kind of depends on what people like, right? I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
I would say I listen to everything. I don't have I do have a preference. But I will listen to any type of music. As long as I think it sounds good and I like it, I will listen to it. So my freshman year of high school, there was a period of time where I only listened to 2000s R&B, popish. And recently I just had a school pep rally, and they played, I say the song wrong, the name of the song wrong all the time. I think it was Mr. Brightside, Mr. Bright-Eyed.
Okay.
Brightside.
Uh-huh.
And everyone was singing it, and even the freshmen, and they weren't they were born after 9/11 happened, and I thought that was crazy. They knew what that song was.
Oh, right.
And I guess it's depending the music and depending the song, because some songs can go throughout an entire generation.
Yeah.
And some songs can't.
So you might encourage people to have an openness to other styles, even if they wouldn't necessarily have that in their own collection.
Yeah.
Because of what they might be engaged in through that kind of diversity.
Yeah, I agree.
I love it. That sounds great. Well, hey, you were willing to share a little bit of the music that you just recently did at the Ignite conference. Is that right?
No, this is Oceans by Hillsong.
Uh-huh.
Um, at Ignite, I sang Counting Stars by One Republic because it was like a last minute kind of thing. Like I forgot to print out Brother, I Need to Breathe featuring Gavin DeGraw. And then I just need a song, so I did that.
I love it. It's sometimes the art that we do comes down to whether or not we were around a printer before the show, right?
Yeah,
And so we do what we can. Well, if there's something that you would love to share, we'd love to hear it.
this is my ukulele.
All right.
Oceans deep, my faith will stand, and I will call upon your name, and keep my eyes above the waves. When ocean rise, my soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours, you are mine. Your grace abounds in deepest waters. Your sovereign hand will be my guide. Your feet will never surround me. You never fail, and you won't start now. So I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When ocean rise, the soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, and you are mine.
Yeah. Very good, very good. Moselle,
Thanks.
where'd you learn to sing like that?
Oh, I sing at home all the time. My mom sings, so I guess I got it from my mom.
Yeah. Uh, does she sing? I mean, you've got not just notes and technical proficiency, but you've got what some might call soul. Is that something you
Thanks.
feel like you sing with?
Yeah, sometimes.
Now, when you're leading a group of folks, I'm assuming that not everybody comes from the musical background that you do. Like if you're in a praise band or something, right? Have you found helpful ways to kind of communicate? I don't know, like giving permission for people to really sing, or helping them have courage to sing in ways like we just heard you sing.
Um, well, yeah, last year at Midwinter Advance, we sang Brother by Need to Breathe, and I took the bridge, and my friend took one of the verses, and like for the first verse, we wanted one of the girls to sing because none of the guys in my youth group can sing to save the club.
Oh, guys. Oh, man.
So, so like there was a sixth grader and she was new to the youth program, and like we all knew she sang, and so we were like, are you willing to sing? Like we think it would be good for you, and like she was so excited that we asked, and like she did such a good job. So
Nice.
inviting people to do things.
Yeah, a first invitation can be the thing that brings somebody out of their shell or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember signing up to sing in the gospel choir at seminary. I went to Garrett Seminary, and most of the first semester was just the director trying to help us be more confident in our singing, because we were all people that were used to just kind of looking at notes and just doing what it said, you know. And she was saying, this song is all about the movement of the Holy Spirit. I mean, you gotta feel it. You can't just watch for it, you know. And it was so scary. But because she made that invitation, I think it freed up a lot of us to really kind of pursue a richer kind of musical experience. Well, Moselle, that was great. Thank you for sharing.
Thanks.
Thank you for stepping up in all the ways that you have locally. What are some, before we go, we like to ask people kind of to help others kind of follow in your footsteps a little bit. What are some suggestions that you might make, for instance, for the albums or artists that people should go on to, you know, go online and listen to or download?
Well, there is a group called, I say it wrong all the time, but I'm pretty sure it's Belle Reve. And like at first I listened to it and then I was like, I don't think I like it. But then when I got there and they performed live, I fell in love. Like I just love how their voices blend and their energy and the way, like, they're like a little folky, I would say.
Uh-huh.
And like the way that they go about like regular church songs are like a little different, and I really like that. So I think they should check that.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. And do you think in general you'd recommend people catch artists live before you make a final determination on whether you like them or not?
Yeah, probably.
They're
Or
usually
like
different
listen,
enough that you can get a better sense of who they are.
yeah, because like nowadays lots of people sound completely different on recordings and live.
Right.
So I feel like both, and like you might like them live more, and then you might like them on the recording more, and that's like up to you.
Sure. Now I don't know if you've got any stuff out there that people can find and listen of you, more of you singing. And you talked a little bit earlier about artists that have a different times in their kind of artistic lifespan. What is next for you as an artist? What would you like to do as an artist before, before too long here? Where are you headed? And what can people watch for from Moselle Jules?
Not sure. I keep on singing at church probably until like I graduate college. So I'm not really sure. I want to learn how to play like 2 more instruments before I graduate high school, but I don't know if that's gonna happen or not.
Sure. Can kind of move into the
Yeah.
one-woman band kind of thing.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I play the piano, the guitar, and the ukulele. I learned how to play the ukulele in like an hour. Pretty easy.
Well, you can catch Moselle Jules at her local United Methodist Church, and there's much more in store. And we're really so happy for you sharing your gifts with us today, and at the Ignite conference recently, and all the times that you show up at fun gatherings. I want to say a special word of thanks for pulling some friends along with you. I think that that's a really important part of what we can do as artists, and sometimes we don't take enough advantage of. Right? We kind of sit in our rooms and write the next great song, and then we never get around to engaging some other people in helping us make that. So thanks for that reminder. I really appreciate it. Moselle, thanks so much for being on the Conspiritor Collective.
No problem.